Hey guys, so recently a lot of developers have been discussing ChatGPT, and today I had some time, so I thought I'll just give it a shot. And I came across a couple of issues that I think make it a little bit problematic. I mean, it has its great features, but I'm just here to share some of the issues that I came across. So I was just working along with one of my hobby projects, and this is actually related to Firebase. So I was writing a cloud function here, and for some reason, whatever the reason, I mean, the video is not about Firebase, right? So for some reason, I wanted to check whether a batch database operation can be checked. I mean, whether I can check whether a batch operation has something that needs to be committed, and only then, issue the commit command. So I googled it, and then I realized, well, why not put ChatGPT to work? So I asked it, like, before committing a batch in Firebase, how can I know if the batch actually has something that needs to be committed? Now the Google results weren't that much helpful, right? And when ChatGPT started spitting out this response, I was like, wow, this is good. I mean, it's much better than, looking at Stack Overflow or anything else like that, because this is just, spot on. So it says, okay, you can do batch firebase firestore.batch and then batch.getWrite batch.is empty. So the issue is that this thing is completely made up. It doesn't exist anywhere. Um, I mean, there are there are actually practically no results for anything that you know get write batch with the context of Firebase. So I was really surprised. I was like, I told it, like, are you sure this is the function name? It doesn't seem like there's anything with that name anywhere. Where did you get that from? So it says, oh, I apologize for incorrect information anyway. Um, so I just thought, well, whatever. It's probably just random, hit or miss. So this was a miss. So I was working on these cloud functions. So I'm using these emulators, the Firebase emulators, and I realized, okay, this log is getting a little bit noisy. So how can I clear the logs? I was expecting a button here, but maybe there is some command that can issue in the console which would just clear the logs so that I have a fresh screen to work with for new logs. So I went ahead and asked how can I clear logs of Firebase simulators? Now look, and you'll see how confident it is. To clear the logs of Firebase, you can use Firebase simulators clear command in the Firebase CLI. The command will reset blah 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 Firebase simulators, and it's even giving you some output. The expected output: Firebase simulators clear, clearing emulator logs, cleared, cleared, cleared. But this command also just doesn't exist. So it's applying the, I think, I think I do understand what's going on here is that since this is machine learning, it is trying to learn the solutions and come up with new solutions that nobody has ever come up with before, which is a little bit of an issue. It has to stay within the boundaries of what it knows to be correct, right? So I think there is a lot of, there is no need to be scared of losing your job just yet, because it is taking learning quite literally, and it is just learning and producing new solutions that don't actually exist. So when you generate code, you should probably generate new code that doesn't exist, which makes sense, but not essentially, with the context of the commands, right? So this is going to be a little bit of a problem, I guess, on the long run to resolve. I don't know. I was a little bit skeptical about this in the morning, but I guess there is a long road ahead for this to learn, at least, as far as programming is concerned.